bring Trump back, please. Please.
Everything was super cheap on the Donald Trump, and now everything is super expensive. We can't even ride the MTA in peace.
Yeah, you just go to Roosevelt Avenue or the Roosevelt Hotel. You see illegal immigrants everywhere. The subways are becoming super dangerous. I mean, it's just getting extensively ridiculous, and everybody's noticing, especially here in New York. I mean, everything is going up right now. I got a big truck, and my gas is going high as all hell, and that's under Biden. It's all fun and games until we all find out what the truth is. Go ahead and put him in jail. Put him in jail, and watch the persecuted people on the ground rise up and vote for him even harder.
Hello, everybody. This is Brutally Honest Talk Radio. This is Elmo the Conservative, and I have a guest in the studio, Rolynn from Rolynn Reviews. And this is the most fun that you will have on a political podcast this week. So let's say hello to Rolynn and find out what's going on with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I hope that you are as well.
Yes, it is a great day. I've been trying to connect with Rolynn, everybody, and have her on this show because I am a fan of her show and the great things that she has to say. So you know what? And welcome to everybody from wherever you are. And so, hey, we're going to jump right in. I hate to be such a stickler on Biden and the Democrats, but it is an election year and we are constantly being rained with information. And I try to talk about things that I don't hear other people talking about or bringing up, the white elephants in the room. Just going to throw this comment out and then, just see what you think of it. So we all know that anybody who's not living in a fantasy world or in denial, they know that Biden has cognitive issues and is constantly saying things that don't make sense. And this is what I've been telling people. I can't get to his policies because I can't get past the minutia of what he's saying. It's like a bad Parker Brothers board game. So there are many examples that I've given on this show, but the one being showcased today, he said when he was vice president, the pandemic was out of control. COVID-19 was off the hook. So Obama sent him to Detroit to take care of things and to fix the problem. So what are a couple of things that is wrong that may not make sense about this statement?
First of all, Biden needs to go and join the Shady Pines folks. And for those that don't know who they are, the Golden Girls, rest in peace, Miss Betty White. They were always threatening to take Sophia to Shady Pines. So, it's laughable, but it's also sad. At this point, it's elder abuse. As you stated earlier, there's obvious cognitive decline. And sometimes, most of the times, he doesn't know who he is or where he is. But the Democrats are so power hungry. They are willing to have him run. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's saying. If you've noticed, they'll let him talk for a very short period of time. And then he goes completely off the rails. And so then they have to, pull the plug. So again, it's laughable, but it's also sad. It's a sad state of affairs when this man, he should be somewhere enjoying what time he has left, but they have him propped up. They're so hungry for power. They know he's not going to win. So you and I had a conversation. I think they're going to try to pull him and then insert someone who they feel can bring Black people back to the Democratic plantation.
Yeah, do a Gerald Ford where they forcibly remove somebody and then not Kamala, but somebody that
she's just, not
hey, surprise.
Yeah.
I don't even think she thinks she can win. I don't think that was a big contentious argument when they said, look, your numbers are lower than Biden, so
He's another joke. Again, if you've been on my channel for a while, thank God that Black Americans are waking up to the psychological manipulation that has been practiced on the Black community for 60 plus years. And for those that don't know, Lyndon Baines Johnson, now we've talked. I'm an avid follower of history. I do teach parts of history in the courses that I teach as well. And if people would just, instead of spending all this time playing games and on social media, just go and do a little research. Everything that we're discussing and talking about, you have access to. And so if you would do a little reading, just a little research, and I tell, you watch my videos, I tell people, you don't have to listen to what I'm saying. I'm not going to go on that platform and tell lies when everyone has the internet at their fingertips. So just do a little research. If you could tell your viewers, watch The Inconvenient Truth About the Democratic Party. I've shared it on my a couple of my videos. I'll probably continue to share it. People do not want to, and that's why, and it's on PragerU on YouTube, Dr. Carol Swain. I'm an avid follower of Dr. Swain. And so if people would look at the truth, you can't do anything with the truth. And I have something here. I told you I'm an avid follower of Thomas Sowell. He's written over 40 books. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to read them all. But getting back to what I said about history, I do have something I'd like to read from Dr. Sowell. The study of history is a powerful antidote to contemporary arrogance. It is humbling to discover how many of our glib assumptions, which seem to us novel and plausible, have been tested before, not once, but many times in an innumerable guises, and discovered to be at great human cost. Wholly false. So again, Dr. Sowell is who we should be leaning to. Dr. Ben Carson, people who aren't telling us that we're victims, that we can't make it, white supremacy is holding us down. No, I've had conversations with you. You are where you are today as a result of decisions that you've made, just like I am where I am today. And this is what I tell my students all the time. Okay. Time out for blaming all the ills for what ails Black America on a whole race of people. No. Comes to a point, you have to go look in the mirror and say, I'm the problem. Yeah. And that's just where I'm at with that. I'm sick and tired. I used to watch Larry Elder in the 90s when I was still in college, right? Yeah. And I used to think, oh, wow, that's so cruel. But then I was like, wait a minute, because I've always been inquisitive. And so I'm like, oh, wow, that sounds bad. But think about it. He was telling the truth back in the 90s, and God knows Dr. Sowell's been telling the truth for ages, decades. Mm-hmm. So how are we going to fix the problem if we're not willing to address it?
And there's something you said about you got to look in the mirror and say, I'm the problem.
Yeah.
A part of that is good news. One thing that means is that you have control.
Right.
If I am the problem in any situation, or with another person or whatever it may be, that's good, because I can't change anyone else.
No.
But I can adjust or make a correction. So
right.
Okay, so I'm the problem. Great. So now we can talk about and lay out what it is that I'm doing or what it is I need to change, and then work on it. Without ego or anything getting in the way of me admitting it. That's why they tell drug addicts admitting it is the first step.
That's the first step. And we are not willing to, get to the first step, because we're still sweeping it under the carpet. We're listening to the race hustlers, the poverty pimps. People need to check out the video that I just did a video on this on Sunday.
Yeah, tell them the name of it, or for those that may not know where to
Okay,
find you or
so
how to find your videos.
right. So the name of the my channel is Rolynn's Reviews, and the video that I did on Sunday, this is addressing this very issue. Um, Massive support and love. So I will start talking about the uh, Bronx rally with Trump, but also my video from 2 Sundays ago. Biden tells black men they're victims. So this victimhood mentality. So if you check out my videos, pretty much I'm saying it in almost every video. Time
Yeah.
out for the victimhood. I love Morgan Freeman and I love Denzel Washington. Every time the
Yes.
liberal reporters go to them with some dumb question, they send them packing. And
Yeah.
just like Morgan Freeman said, how, I think it was Morley Safer or Mike Wallace asked him, how do we get rid of this issue? He said, stop talking about it.
Right. I saw that.
So if you have someone that continues to stir, what did the old folks say? It's going to stink. Keep stirring the bucket. Stay on muddy water, right? So if you have people telling you you can't make it, you're a victim, you're become indoctrinated and brainwashed. And that's the spiel that the Democrats have. This is their game. This is straight from the Democratic playbook. They've been doing this for 60 plus years. Lyndon
And
Baines Johnson said with the Voting Rights Act, he said, I'll have those, voting Democrat 200 years.
yeah.
Okay, it's been 60 plus, right? Time
Yeah.
out for that. Why do you continue to do the same thing and expect different results? The Democrats are not doing anything for you. The Democrats are not doing anything for white Americans. The Democrats don't do anything for any Americans. They only do for people who are non-citizens. So why the heck are you going to go out and give them your vote? Now, and I just contacted Blexit. You know who Blexit is. The organization, okay, with blacks who are leaving the Democratic plantation. I'm trying to get someone to come on my show, so I did reach out to them, and so I'm telling people, all people who will listen, and there are a lot of Black Americans who are saying, I'm going to vote the couch. They said, I'm not voting for Biden, but I'm not voting for Trump. I'm like, I'm good with that, just as long as you're not voting for Biden. It's your God-given American right to, if you want to vote the couch. I don't condemn people when they come on my channel and they're saying that in the chat section. I'm like, I would rather you vote the couch than vote for Jim Crow Joe. He's done nothing for black people. Check his record. Check Kamala's record. Kamala Harris had an opportunity to free a lot of black men in California who are wrongly imprisoned. She took all the paperwork that would have released these men and threw it in the trash. She doesn't care anything about black people. All these people, these puppets, these plants, these democratic shields that are placed before us who are supposed to be speaking for black Americans, they're not speaking for me. I speak for myself, right? They're all bought and paid for. Look at what just happened at Morehouse University. A lot of the students didn't want Joe Biden there, but the president, he's bought and paid for. The NAACP is bought and paid for. I mean, all of these people. And actress, what's her name? Jennifer Lewis. I love her. She came out. Oh God, you can't vote for Joe. I love your movies, but you're not going to tell me who to vote for. Love your movies, but I separate the two because I do have a brain.
And I want to say that the thinking behind and the strategy of the Democrats telling people that they're victims is so that they can play the part of a savior that can swoop down and this is right. You're in the quicksand. You're in the quicksand, and we're the only ones that can throw you a lifesaver or a rope.
And they haven't even done that. Chicago and New York. Now I told you I used to live in New York. They found out the hard way. Chicago, check my videos out. They haven't had a black mayor since 1931. So we've been voting Democratic. What do you have to show for it? Look at all these liberal cities. Anyone with 2 eyeballs and any other senses that they have that work can see. Who wants to live in a liberal city? Not me. They're all war zones.
So many
You know,
problems.
and so, but people, like I said, I give it to Chicago. They are waking up. They're saying, we're not standing for this. And I am so proud of those people and black and white people. They're standing together because I say on my videos all the time, they want to keep us divided, but people better wake up and come together. You hear me say it on my channel all the time. We have one enemy. That's the Democratic Party, of course. They're pressing.
Amen.
They want socialism, Marxism, communism. That's what they're about,
Yeah,
right? And
sure
so,
is.
yeah, go look at Venezuela. Look at how socialism is working for them. They unlocked their jails and told those people to run to the U.S. border. They did. Newsflash: we had enough crime in America. We didn't need to add to that, and that's what we've done. So
Yeah.
look at Chicago, especially for years, for decades and decades and decades, people growing up in that continuous cycle of poverty. They could never get anything. They were asked for money for this, money for couldn't get anything. You bring in non-citizens, they're getting thousands of dollars a month. Come on. No, 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 no,
And
no, no.
can I mention something else about Biden and the debate that is supposed to be coming up between him
Yes,
and Trump,
yes,
and Biden, the Democrats are setting the terms for him and how they would like things to be and wanted Trump to comply. So far, Trump has,
right.
regardless of what someone may think about that. But two of the conditions for Biden is that there's no audience, there's no people in the room. It's just them and the
Yeah,
mediator, and then it has to be sitting down. So you can comment what you think about no audience, but I want to say with them sitting down, I think that's because the Democrats believe that he will trip again for
yeah.
the eighth or ninth time.
He
But if
needs to
he's
be.
sitting down, that decreases the chances of him. I mean,
Yep.
well, sometimes he doesn't even trip. He was at the Annapolis graduation and he spoke and in turn it just started walking. He didn't even trip over anything. His leg just gave out and he
Yeah,
just
he can.
fell.
Yeah,
So
but they're so, you know, power hungry. They don't
right,
care. They're trying to
right.
destroy this country and us right along with it. So that's
And
just
they
where
they
we
did
are.
the same thing with Fetterman in Pennsylvania,
Oh
who
yeah.
ran against Dr. Oz. Fetterman had a stroke
Oh
like
yeah.
6 months before the election. And when he debated Oz, every time they asked him a question, it took him 10 seconds before he could start to answer.
Again.
And the Democrats said, no, we don't care. Get your behind out there. And then after
Right.
he got elected, miraculously, he beat Oz. Within the first year, he
Right.
had to go to the hospital
Power.
because he was
Power.
having a fainting
Power.
spell.
Exactly. And they
Yeah,
know, again, we need term limits. I did a video
yeah.
on Maxine Waters. She's a Democratic shield.
Goodness. How long has
She's
she been in there?
too long. It's never too long.
She looks
Rolynn,
very old. So,
all these people who are Al Sharpton, they're bought and paid for, folks. They don't speak
okay.
for you. They are tasked with keeping us on the Democratic plantation. That's their job. They're all bought
Right.
and paid for. NAACP as well.
And so now I want to go to a video of a Trump rally that was in the Bronx.
Right.
And I didn't know until last year that in the last election, New York City, 40% of them voted for Trump.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking that it was like a total Democrat city. So
Right.
this was covered by Fox, and you're not going to hear this from MSNBC
No, you're
or
not.
CNN. But just listen to what these people are saying. Check this out.
Okay.
Say is that we absolutely must take our country back. And look at this crowd of people, a diverse group of people. But what ties us all together is our love of country. And we have so many people here that escaped from communist countries. I'm a descendant of slaves. My people fought so hard. They fought in World War II, even when they had no more rights. My father was a drill instructor in the United States Marine Corps during the Korean War era. I have to stand up for my country. This is a beautiful and great country, and we have to stand up and save it right now.
All right, yeah.
Go for America.
Let's go.
We must. We must. Yes.
Hey, I came from Vietnam. I feel like I'm backed into it now. With Biden, we got to get rid of him. We can't turn into communism. Why is this happening? This is a scary country right now, and it used to be so great. Bring Trump back, please. Please.
Everything was super cheap on the Donald Trump, and now everything is super expensive. We can't even ride the MTA in peace.
Yeah, you just go to Roosevelt Avenue or the Roosevelt Hotel. You see illegal immigrants everywhere. The subways are becoming super dangerous. I mean, it's just getting extensively ridiculous, and everybody's noticing, especially here in New York. You got the most crooked set of government here with Eric Adams, who swaps and goes back and forth on everything he does, and then he says, "Oh, we got to make things better for the migrants crisis going on over here." When you're the one who caused it, you're the one who called this a sanctuary city. You, Hochul, Letitia James, Alvin Braggs. All of you guys are scumbags, all of you. And what we saw under Trump was absolute success from every corner. The greatest numbers of black unemployment, the lowest rates of inflation. I mean, everything is going up right now. I got a big truck and my gas is going high as all hell, and that's under Biden. You had to see Pelosi the other day had to act like the Trump's presidency was going down. Meanwhile, the host said, yeah, but there was a pandemic, though, right? And they have to kind of lie to the people to make us think that this is what it is. But it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until we all find out what the truth is. Go ahead and put him in jail. Put him in jail and watch the persecuted people on the ground rise up and vote for him even harder. We're going to get the black community, the Latino community. We got Los Dominicano over here. 2024 is over and Trump is back in that damn White House. Let's go. Yeah.
So I enjoy this. Hey, I can come and talk about this all day.
I know.
Thank you for listening to Brutally Honest Talk Radio. If there's a topic you'd like us to cover, reach out at bruthonestadio@gmail.com. That's BRUT, honestradio@gmail.com.